Well, hello, everybody, and to the Canadians, happy Thanksgiving weekend. Yes, our beautiful USA friends and families, we celebrate Thanksgiving in October, which is kind of cool because then we have a nice big gap between now and the next holiday. But whether or not you're Canadian, I want to talk today about giving thanks and the importance and the research that shows giving thanks to your partner and expressing gratitude and appreciation for your partner and your relationship are actually for real, scientifically proven to improve your sense of closeness, to improve your sense of like emotional safety, like you've got my back and you're my person, and they improve your relationship satisfaction. There's some really great research on couples from all walks of life, all genders, etc., to indicate that the simple, profound act of cultivating gratitude and cultivating good thoughts about your relationship and your partner really help you feel closer and do better. So here's the thing. This is a very exciting week for me coming up. This is the only week in 2025. Can you believe it? We're, 10 months into it already, where I'm teaching my free live masterclass. And if you've heard me mention it before and you've kind of thought, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, and it slipped your mind, honest to goodness, freaking click below or go to my website, drcherylfraser.com, and click there and choose one of the masterclasses starting in a couple days. I'm teaching the first one Pacific time, Tuesday at 5 p.m., then a different one Wednesday at 10 a.m., and again Thursday at 5 p.m., and then Saturday at 10 a.m., all Pacific time to hit all of you across North America and English speaking anywhere else that want to join me live. Now, each of these I teach live. It's not pre-recorded. This isn't a bait and switch. I teach essentially the same class 4 times. It's a little bit different each time because I cater it to those of you that are there and questions you ask me. It's all anonymous. You're not on video. I send you a little workbook ahead of time, which is super cool. That can jumpstart some conversations between you and your sweetheart about what's going right, what's going wrong, and help you learn what I call the 3 keys to passion or the 3 keys to great relationship. This is based on a tremendous body of work in couples therapy, communications therapy, sex therapy, mental health, and others. What are the 3 really key areas that are clearly shown by research and clinical work like my own? I've been working with couples for over 25 years, tens of thousands of you in my free classes, my free podcast, these free Facebook posts, etc. And over 800 couples in the last few years have joined me for my 3-month immersion program, which kicks off in just 2 weeks. I take no more than 100 couples because I want to get to know you and I want to know your background, what you're struggling with. You get a whole curriculum. And most importantly, every other week, I teach and coach you live. So you get to work with me on your specific relationship issues if that's at all of interest to you. The feedback's amazing. Don't take my word for it. You can watch on this page for testimonials from many other couples who've really thrived, gone from divorce to reconnecting and more through the program. But what I'm here today to talk about is don't be one of those people that say, wish I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Click and choose your masterclass time. Look, if something happens and you can't actually show up live, I will send you a replay that you can watch for the following week, and then we take it away. But it is much better to be there live because you can ask me your questions anonymously in the chat box, and you also get a chance to win some cool prizes. And you'll also hear all about my upcoming 3-month program. And if you want to join it, you get a bunch of great bonuses if you join early. So give thanks, darn it, whether it's Thanksgiving where you live or not. Look, expressing gratitude to your partner every day is extremely powerful. There's, again, a lot of research on this. There's one exercise I love drawn from the Gottman Institute, which is to share appreciations, which is once a day to let your partner know specifically something you appreciate about them, something you're grateful for. And one of my colleagues, he has a really cool way of doing this, and it's very similar to what I do, but I'm going to quote his for a sec, which is he suggests people get a little notebook and write an appreciation in it every day. And if you get busy and you forget, naughty you, but that's okay, we're all human, then maybe write 3 or 4 if you haven't done it for a week and leave it on the back of the toilet. I know, romantic, right? But keeping it real. We know you're going to visit the bathroom pretty regularly through the day, whether you're working home or come home at night. You're going to be peeing. You're going to be, we know what we do there. So you're going to, of course, visit your bathroom. And if on the back of the toilet, there's this little notebook, when you're in there, you can open it up and write something to your sweetheart. When you're in there, you can read something they wrote for you. It is unbelievably helpful to be given this wonderful, hi, baby, you got to take the crazy dog away. Hang on. I'm live on Facebook and I'm live on YouTube, but I'm going to just show you. My hubby just brought the puppies in after a walk. So, hey, everybody. And I'm like literally live streaming right now. So head on downstairs. It's quite okay. And I'll see you in a few minutes. Hi, everybody. Baby, I'm talking about gratitude to them. And it's important to give thanks. So I'm going to give thanks to you right now and say thank you so much for taking the dogs out. It's pouring rain. I was busy preparing for the free masterclass, babe, and you went out and did an amazing walk for what, an hour and a half in the pouring rain. I love you. Thank you. I really appreciate you. What do you have to say?
I love you.
Okay. So there's an example, completely unstaged and a bit unhinged, of sharing a gratitude with your partner. And really, how lucky am I? We're very dedicated to our dogs and our cats, and as many of you are. And I really love walking them in the morning. It's one of my joys of the day to go hiking with these two happy dogs. We got one really old one and one new one. The one you just saw is my new baby. She's 10 months old. And it is so kind of him when I'm in this phase of my business each year. These are my busiest 2 weeks of the year because I'm so busy teaching y'all and meeting you and following up with you. And then in 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, about 2 weeks from now, kicking off with you guys. Those of you who choose to take the big plunge with me, that want to invest time and energy in your relationship for a 3-month journey together where we really cover these 3 keys to great relationship. But today, using the beautiful structure of Thanksgiving weekend, I want you to give thanks. I want you right now, as soon as you can, as soon as we finish up here, I want you to go to your partner if there's somewhere you can go to them, they're in the house, they're home, etc., and stop and say, sweetheart, I just want to thank you for XYZ. I just want you to know I really appreciate it when you bring me my tea in bed in the mornings. I really appreciate it when you send me a little note to let me know you're late and you're at the store and do I need anything. I really appreciate it when you snuggle me as I'm falling asleep. I really appreciate how patient you were yesterday when I lost my temper and I was being really unreasonable about that stressful thing that happened. Back to the research, everything I teach. I'm a PhD clinical psychologist. By the way, if you don't know me, PhD clinical psychologist, published author, was a university professor, was accepted to Harvard Medical School, won over $100,000 of scholarships for my research through my 13 years of university. Used to have a full-time radio show. I've taught on the stages of Tony Robbins, Jack Canfield, other world leaders. Esther Perel is a colleague of mine, and so on. I'm extremely well trained, so I'm not, just kind of here on Facebook, I don't know, trying to drum up business and saying I coach couples or something. So you should care about that because you should be very careful who you choose to learn from and make sure that they're extremely well trained. For decades, I had a private practice seeing couples just like you. And then I designed the 3-month program and the other things that I provide to the community of couples around the world because I felt there are ways to dial into the core issues, to get the tools and techniques we need to do better, and to be able to move from where we are to where we want to be. And that's what this masterclass is all about. I'm going to take a deeper dive into what, again, I call the 3 keys to passion or the 3 keys to great relationship. Briefly, one of them I call intimacy. That's not sexual intimacy here. It means communication, appreciation, gratitude, kindness, how we treat each other, how we connect with each other. How do we handle conflict? Do we ugly fight or are we good at handling conflict? Most of us are not yet. We need to be trained how to handle differences better so we can, so to speak, agree to disagree and arrive on the same page. It's really hard. I spent about 5 weeks of the program on that, including sharing gratitudes, including making sure your partner knows that you revere them and that they feel as lit up and as important, as connected as they did when you were dating. The second chunk is what I call thrill, and that's the appreciation, gratitude, dating, having fun together again. Remember fun? Remember planning something great to knock your partner's socks off the way you did when you were dating? We work on that in the program. That may sound a bit trivial to you, and if so, my loves, you're confused there. It's not trivial at all. It's so important to put that effort and energy into the relationship, to treat it as the important thing it is. And so many of us end up in what I call marriage incorporated or relationship incorporated, where we're trundling along, and we're doing okay, but we're much more absorbed in our careers and our mortgage and our house and our raising our kids. And we really lost each other. We've kind of become co-pilots, heading in the same direction in our family and our careers. And those are good things, but we really lose each other, right? I love you, but I'm not in love with you anymore. Or I'm actually kind of bored with our relationship. I don't necessarily want to leave, but boy, it can be the biggest predictor of divorce over years and years of neglecting the connection between you. So we work a lot on that in the program as well. And I do some fun challenges where I ask people to go on an adventure date or do something special for each other, celebrate a special occasion, like a birthday, like an anniversary with more romance, etc. The third big chunk of the program is what I call sensuality, and that's everything to do with your sensual and sexual life. 30 to 40% of you are likely not making love at all. You probably have a lot of conflicted feelings, some shame, some embarrassment. It's not something you're talking about. It's also way more typical than you think. So how can I help a couple choose whether they want to move towards being sensual and sexual again? Then there's the folks who are making love occasionally or reasonably often, but it's gotten pretty boring, pretty mundane, and the thrill and the spark and the delight we used to have, most of us, earlier in our sexual encounters with each other is gone. How do we move that forward and make it more rich? How do we deal with changes in sexuality as you age or as you have kids or during periods of stress or medical crisis, et cetera? It's such a huge part of being alive. It's a small part of your relationship in minutes or hours per month, right? But the sensual and erotic side of your life is the one piece that if you're choosing monogamy, you're not going to do with anyone else. It's important we cherish it. It's important we spend some time with it. So today I want to start by saying, give thanks. Go tell your sweetheart something you're grateful for, something you appreciate, like I just did for my guy when he came in with the two soggy dogs. They were soaking wet. It's pouring outside. Absolutely adorable. I'm glad you got to meet her. Her name is Quill, as in, yes, a feather, because she has a tiny little feather shape down her nose. And if you can't go hug your sweetie and tell them verbally, send them a text, give them a call. It's this old-fashioned thing you do where you use your computer, which you call a phone, to actually voice-to-voice someone or FaceTime them or Google whatever them, video call them and say, babe, I just want you to let you know I really appreciate XYZ. Honest to goodness, people, this has been shown in tons of studies to increase your peace of mind. When you think about positive things, you combat what's called the negativity bias in the human brain, which is to look for what's wrong or broken or not working. That's what keeps us alive. If we're driving and one of our tires starts to sound funny, we should notice that something's wrong or not working. We should pull over and just check, is that tire safe? Or do we need to call someone to pump the tire up or change it before we keep driving? Or we might get in an accident or worse. The human brain evolved to notice what's not working and to notice what's wrong. It does that too often in our relationship as well. We focus on what our partner didn't do right. Like I could focus on the fact that when I went to put my tea leaves in the compost this morning under our sink, it stank like raw onion because my dear man made dinner last night and he left the onion skins in the compost under the sink in the house overnight. How many times have I asked, told, demanded, sometimes grumpily, if you use onion and you're too tired to take the compost up to the bin, no worries, just put it outside. Put it outside the door for tomorrow so it doesn't stink the whole house up and it smells like onion. We have a reasonably small open plan house. So smelly onion in the kitchen is in the living room, in the bedroom as well. So I open up, onions, stinky. And I had a moment there of, I could have said, babe, come on, can you just remember to take the compost out? Instead, I didn't say anything. Instead, I chose to remember and be grateful for, I have a partner who makes me delicious food. I have a partner that makes me dinner. I'm so lucky, especially when I'm working so joyfully for the next few weeks, 24/7, it feels like, with all of you. So what's the moral of today's story? Go give thanks. Give it from your heart, give it from your soul, and do it often. Write it in a book that you keep on the back of your toilet, or choose to send a daily gratitude or appreciation text to your sweetheart, and make sure you sign up for the masterclass. You won't regret it. 90% of the people that attend live are still there an hour and a half in. Why? Because that's how good the emotions are. That's how compelling the information is. I'm a pretty good teacher. And industry standard is that you lose about 50% of your audience in the first 30 minutes of a live webinar. I retain over 90% of you for an hour and a half. You will want to know what I'm teaching. It's critical. You'll get a workbook. You'll be able to start moving your relationship forward a little bit right now, this week. And for a select few of you, probably about 1 in 50 of you watching, you'll choose to join me for 3 months and imagine where we're going to be in January 2026 together. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy giving thanks. Happy thanks. Bye for now.